Time is scarce, beginning exercise is intimidating, and right now living a healthy lifestyle isn't practical. It's not that you don't value your health. Societal barriers are preventing you from reaching your health and fitness goals. Our in-home personal trainers and health coaches are here to make health and fitness more accessible. Especially in lieu of the pre-existing disparities exaggerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. We will show up in person or on your screen to support you as you defy the odds. Good morning, you wonderful humans. We are back again with another day of Connected Community Health Support's free virtual exercise program. Good morning, Josh Matthews already in the chat, ready and raring to go. My name is Seth Spicer, and today I'm going to guide you through another wonderful exercise where you need no equipment, no experience, just the propensity to want to have a workout and get the day started off on the right foot. So without further ado, I'll go through my normal spiel, get started with the warm-up, take you through the workout for 3 sets of 8 exercises, do a cool down, tell you about our comprehensive tip of the day, our lifestyle advice, and then send you on your way to have a wonderful remainder of your day. So if you're tuning in, you know that the Connected Community Health Support mission is to help improve people's access to health and fitness, improve their quality of life, generally through helping them actually achieve their goal of weight loss. I'm not going to go into the statistics now. However, it's a very, very, very big group of people that could have access to this and value this stream. So please, without further ado, I hope you are one of those people. I hope you enjoy this stream, or if nothing else, it reduces your pain, improves your mood, and allows you to have a better day because you had access to a nice workout this morning. Okay. So per what we usually say, if you don't have time, if you don't have money, or if you don't feel comfortable in the gym, all you do have is the consistency of CCHS in the morning, or of course at our schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:35 a.m. or at noon on Tuesday, Thursday. Why 7:35 instead of 7:30? Because we know if we say 7:30, you're going to show up at 7:35. And we know that if we say 7:35, you're going to show up at 7:40. So we'll see you at 7:35. Try and hop on at 7:30. We will get started at 7:35. Okay. Hope you have your water. I hope you have your coffee. Because I'm not absolutely crazy, I'm going to grab my coffee. Water. Because H2O is good for the soul. Alrighty. Let's pop this puppy into full screen and we will get started. Josh Matthews, I know you are far, far, far away in Colorado, so I hope it's not too early for you to participate in the exercises. I know it's not. All right. We'll get started with a warm-up. Start from your feet. Work your way up to the top. All right. Starting with some ankle circles. You can do them in the air or on the floor. And we're going to move right through this morning in the warm-up. After the left foot, we're going to switch to the right in 3, 2, 1, switch. Try and go both directions with the ankle circles. And then we're going to move up to the hips and do some leg swings forward and back in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Leg swings forward and back. Trying to hold your hips steady. And of course, you can hold on to something if you so choose. I'm going to switch legs. 3, 2, 1, switch. Now it's usually a good time when I tell people to talk to a physician before beginning any exercise program. I will say we've gone to great lengths in this program design to make sure that it is safe and individualizable to everybody so that anyone can enjoy this program. But that said, still talk to your doctor, your physician to make sure that it's right for you. Moving on really quick, let's just do a quick stretch. Cross the left foot on top of the right knee, push the butt back, and stand up. Of course, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, if you can't stand on one leg, that's okay. Just pull them up. Pull the inside of your ankle up to hip level. See how high you can get it. Conversely, reach the ankle outside to the level of the hip. See how high you can get it. All right, if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can just do some outside leg raises. Again, exercise is about what feels best for you. We're trying to give you tools to empower you to have a good exercise, okay? Next up, move from the feet up to the hips. Let's go up to the shoulders. We are going to do some shoulder circles together, nice and basic, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Whichever direction your brain started you with, that is completely fine this morning. Hope you've had a wonderful week up to this point. We love a good Wednesday. Go and switch directions with the shoulder circles. We love a good Wednesday. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at noon and Friday at 7:35 a.m. for the next live workouts. I assume that's Happy Face Candle in the chat. Good morning, Happy Face Candle. Confirmed now that I'm up close and then I can see. Hope you've had a wonderful week so far, Happy Face, and I hope you are pumped and ready, as always, for another workout today. We're going to move on to our T-spine rotations. Of course, you can open up your chest. Just do some twisties. But you may also go down to the floor and do the thread the needles, as I say, as well. Reach under the body. Reach up to the sky. Reach under the body. Reach up to the sky. Following your hand with your eyes. And of course, of those two, doing the one that feels best for you and your abilities. Let's read this joke of the day before we move on to neck circles. What is a pumpkin's favorite sport? Squash. That's fantastic. 'Tis the season, too. Happy Face. 'Tis the season. I love it. I love it. Next up, now that our T-spines, our thoracic spine is loosey-goosey and mobile, we can move on to our neck circles. Going to do 10 neck circles each direction. Ready, begin. You start in whichever direction feels right to you. We'll switch halfway. Or should I say switch after you get to 10? Really working the forward, side, back, side with it. And then switch directions if you haven't already. All right. And without further ado, I think it is time. I think we are all ready and warmed up. Take 30 seconds, grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your sweat towel, clear your space. Make sure all small animals and or children are locked out of your workout space or have signed a consent waiver to be punted on accident in case of leg raises. The workout routine is at the bottom of the screen per usual. If you have any questions at any time, I am here with you to make sure that they are answered by your resident medical professional. All right, so today we have floor touches, the row fly combo, the D1 movement pattern, which is a bicep kiss to a pushback, the dead bug activity, which we will try to do on our backs. If not, I'll provide a standing variation as well. And then we have a lateral squat, which is like a squat, but we're pushing off to one side. Our push-up or fly, your choice. The alternate extension on each arm. And then, of course, we have some MCs, which stands not for microphone, but for mountain climbers. And that will be a fun way to end the set. All right. Without further ado, let's hop to it. Starting the timer. We'll be done with this workout in 40 minutes. Here we go. Floor touches in 3, 2, 1, begin. So it has begun. I'm doing bilateral floor touches today. Why? Because 45 seconds is 33% more than 30 seconds. Remember to push the butt back on these ones. Just trying to touch the floor. If you can't get all the way to the floor because your hamstrings are tight, that's okay. Touch your wrists to your knees. Notice my lower leg doesn't really move necessarily. It's mostly hip dominant. I feel my hips pushing back. And time with that exercise. Next up, we have a row fly combo. I have plenty of time to describe these now, which honestly feels pretty great. The row fly combo is going to be right there. We have a row, we have a fly. Okay? And we're just going to alternate those back and forth. And if you want, you can do them one at a time as well, if you happen to start to get tired. All right? We're going to start that in 15 seconds. I like to think of us trying to start the lawnmower. And again, forearm on the knees if you need a bit of a recovery break. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Fly, row, fly, row. I want to alternate row, row, fly, fly, or row, fly, row, fly. Completely up to you. And of course, this is going to work our back muscles by pulling our elbows as high as we can get them. And by pulling our muscles as high as we can get them, we're going to fix our posture, pull our shoulders back, prevent shoulder impingement, prevent a whole bunch of different tendinitises and different injuries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Not to mention the fact that it kind of just feels good to have good posture, and it feels good to work those muscles that we might not have hit for a little bit. All right. Again, be sure to tune in until the end. We have our quote of the week. If you can't stay the whole time, that's fine. You have work, and as long as you show up for a little bit, that makes my heart very happy, right? If you can do 15 minutes of exercise 6 days a week, you're on track to do pretty well. That's a good habit to have, right? So next up, we have the D1 movement pattern. Kiss the bicep, slap the wall behind you, and we are alternating. Ready? Begin. Kiss, slap, kiss, slap. If you want to get a little bit of a forward lean in there, you may, but it's not mandatory. Kiss the bicep, slap the wall. Kiss the bicep, slap the wall. And you really want to go across the body with this one. And then push the arm back and behind. If you do it right, should feel a little bit in your chest, should feel it in the front of your shoulder, and of course, in your bicep. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And great job with that one. Next up, we are moving on to our dead bugs. Like I said, these ones can be on your back, like so. Starting from a dead bug position. Don't start yet. We have 30 seconds left. We're going to alternate arms and the legs that are moving backwards. Left arm up, right leg down, or left leg down, right arm up. And it's going to look just like that. If you don't feel comfortable on the floor, that's fine. You can do it standing as well, just touching your alternate elbow to the opposite knee. All right, starting whichever one you prefer in 3, 2, 1, begin. And of course, this is a core workout. If you didn't know that, you would have found out shortly. If this hurts your low back, please stand up and do the elbow to opposite knee. Keep pulling the knees up to your chest, like so, the entire time. Don't let that low back pull the legs down. And of course, there is a regression. Like anything, you can drop a foot to the floor to make it a little bit easier if you're struggling with this exercise. But we'll come back to that one in the next round through. After the dead bug exercise, we have our lateral squats. Yes, lateral squats, another body weight exercise because this entire program requires no equipment. Again, the CCHS mission is not to sell you stuff. It's to sell you, not to sell you terrible products and chocolate milk that are actually going to make you gain weight or promise to make you lose weight. It's to improve your health and give you what you want and what you need. In this case, it's fitness. Next up, lateral squats. Ready? Begin. And this is a lateral squat. Of course, you can do a normal bilateral squat. Don't let me fool you. But this is a good way to push out towards one leg and really work one leg at a time. Get a little bit more strength in there too. Go as low as you feel comfortable and no lower. Push the butt back a little bit if you're struggling. We want the weight generally on the heels. It's like we're sitting in a chair behind us. Like you're pushing your butt back into a chair behind you. These ones stretch out my groin a little bit. I personally think they feel great. Time with that exercise. Next up, after lateral squats, we have number 6. We have push-ups. Nice. Push-ups or a fly. A fly is laying on your back on the floor, doing one of these motions, flying up against gravity, back down, doing that for 45 seconds. Or, of course, push-up can be done from your knees or from a door. To gauge down the intensity is something that you can maintain for 45 seconds, 5 days a week. We're going to start that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. I'll do it from the door this time to show you that's reasonable. Just pushing the door or the floor away from you. Keep a pretty constant rhythm. Try and get the full range of motion, full extension. Don't let that core sag. Some people let their belly almost touch the ground at the top. That's not good for your back. Pull your belly button away from the floor. 7 more seconds. And time with our push-ups. Next time, I'll do them from the floor with you from the knees, just to see if that's something that might be sustainable for myself for 5 days a week. And we are currently on 5 days a week. You should be doing this program Monday through Friday. And if you are getting The recommended amount of exercise per week, 150 minutes. That is of low to moderate aerobic activity, low to moderate intensity activity, which is aerobic. And that is enough to decrease your risk of mortality, all-cause mortality, death, by 40%. By 40%. Starting the next exercise, and that is our alternating extension. It's just here. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Left arm forward, right arm back, down, right arm forward, left arm back, down. Here, center, here, center. I like to see it from the side. Opposites, opposites. Alternate, alternate. This is good for your shoulder flexion and extension. We don't very often use the full range of motion of our shoulders, like so. So being able to use this range of motion, work it out a little bit, has its obvious benefits. And time. Those obvious benefits are the more you use something, the stronger it gets, the more fit it gets, and the less likely you are to injure that muscle, have soreness or general fatigue in that muscle, or eventually go through and develop some sort of muscle imbalance from doing day-to-day work if you're working both sides. All right. We love to hear it. Feeling better, staying less injured, all the stuff that we know and love. Next up, after alternating extensions, we have mountain climbers. They can be done from the door as well, or from the side of the couch, like so. But I'm going to the floor, starting with you in 3, 2, 1, begin. Here we are, mountain climbers. You can go slow, or you can go faster. My name is Seth. I'm an exercise science master. I'm sorry. Keep it going. Keep fighting it. Stay tall. Go at a pace that you can maintain. If you can go this fast the entire time, please do. Keep working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Catch your breath. We've got a minute to recover now. Get yourself some water. Get yourself some coffee. Take a minute. Breathe through your nose. That was the end of set number 1. Congratulations and good work. We've got a quote of the week that we will discuss at the end. And I'll be throwing in a tidbit about our pillar that is known as social environmental. All right. We have 7 different pillars in CCHS that cover all of lifestyle health. And we'll touch on one of those today and talk about a particular facet of that and how that can be applied to reach your health goals. Okay. All right. Set number 2. Hope you're ready to hop to it. We'll get started with the floor touches in 3, 2, 1. Ready. Begin. Touch the floor. Stand up. Touch the floor. Stand up. If you need to, think about squeezing the cheeks. Squeezing the butt cheeks when you stand up. Here. And squeeze the butt cheeks. All right. Pull the hips through. You might say, Seth, is this working my glutes? To which I will say, absolutely. And your hamstrings and your low back. And time with that exercise. Beautiful. Next up, we have the row fly combo. We are already 33% of the way done with this stream. Hope you're hanging on. If the intensity is getting too hard, bring it down a little bit. We should be able to hold a conversation with me this entire time, okay? If you're breathing too heavy to be able to hold a conversation, you're going too hard, which is a good problem to have. It's easy to tone it back down to something you can maintain for 45 minutes so that we are primarily burning fat and working on your aerobic capacity instead of anaerobic high intensity stuff that's not really sustainable for our program. All right. Fly, row combo, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Row, fly combo. Josh Matthews says, woohoo, 1/3, set's done. That is absolutely right. Feels good to feel good. Pulling the shoulders back. I know I sit at a computer often, especially trying to figure out the logistics behind running CCHS. So I hope that you guys also get some benefit from the row fly combo, pulling the shoulders back. 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. I know somebody that's been in the chat this morning is going to enjoy this next one, but I'm not going to say who. Could be Happy Face, could be Josh Matthews, but one of them's going to like kissing their bicep. My girlfriend will not like that I didn't use a coaster for that table. So the coffee is going up front now. Wonderful. All right, here we are, coming down to the front. Boop. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Kiss the bicep, slap it away. Kiss the bicep, slap it away. Arm across the body, slap away. Reaching up and across your body. It's going to be good for your upper chest, as well as your front shoulder, as well as your bicep. And this is just one of those movements. It is good to include in your program. Don't forget the slap back part and keep the shoulders nice and low. We don't want any of these numbers, right? Shoulders low as we move in this program. 3, 2, 1, and done. Next up, after our D1 movement pattern, we have our dead bugs again. We love a good dead bug. Well, you know, not like a dead bug. We don't like killing things. We like the exercise known as the dead bug. Yeah. I mean, if you want to kill the bugs too. Anyway, so you're going to be on your back again. The standing version looks like this. Elbow to opposite knee. And I like to think about pushing the knee and elbow forward for that one. I'm going back to the floor. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Again, opposite arm to opposite leg. You don't want to be going same leg, the same arm. We want to be going opposites. Contralateral as opposed to ipsilateral. Works different muscles. Keep on working. 10 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! And time with that exercise. Dead bugs equals bicycles? No. But it's a close alternative. Bicycles are a little more continuous. And you're really trying to touch your elbow to the knees when you're doing a bicycle. So a bicycle exercise is like this. You're doing more of a crunch, touching the elbow to the knee. Whereas this one, we never really go past 90 degrees with this exercise. And we're reaching overhead with the arms. So similar, a little bit different. Good question. Good statement. Next up, we have, where are we at? There we are, lateral squats. Go ahead and stand up. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. This is a normal squat. And then we have our lateral squat. keeping the keeping the feet flat on the floor, pulling the butt back. And I like to think about pointing the knee in line with the toes. We don't want our knee or our toes to be malaligned. Translation, we want them here, all pointing the same way, as opposed to there or there. Time with that exercise. Moving forward, we have the push-ups again. Or, of course, you can do the flies. That's completely fine as well. Push-ups this time I'm going to do from the floor. You can do them from the door, from your countertop, or from your resident couch. Haven't heard from Gaucho in a while. I hope he's doing well. Whew. All right. Starting in 10 more seconds. Again, if you have any questions at any time, any statements, as Josh has done, as Happy Face has done, throw them into the chat and we will answer your questions. 3, 2, 1. Ready? Push up, up, and away. Just thinking about pushing the floor away. At the bottom, your wrists should be vertical. That's how you know you're in a good position for a push-up. And if you want, you can lift your hands off the bottom in between. Now let's get a little bit more range of motion and make it a little slower tempo. And I think makes it feel a little better. It makes me think a little less about it. Time with that exercise. That one felt good for the chest. Next up, we have our alternating extension and our mountain climbers. And then we're done with set number 2. Go ahead and stand up if you haven't already. We're going to be in the bent over position again. Ready to do our alternating flexion and extension. I just put alternating extension down at the bottom, only because if we're throwing back, we might as well assume that the forward is going as well. And frankly, we just don't have that many characters at the bottom of the screen there. So without further ado, alternating extension starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Here we are. And you'll probably notice that this exercise program hits every single muscle in your body week to week. So we really try and keep it a full body, a total body workout to make sure that all muscles are being taken care of. Really emphasize the overhead on this one. Really get up and overhead. Reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Unbelievable. We are already almost done with set number 2. Next up, we have the mountain climbers, and then we get another minute break. Congratulations. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic. You are here, and being here is better than so many other people. The difference between action and frustration is your goals and what you are doing to achieve them. And today you are here working towards achieving your goals, and that is awesome, and you should feel proud. Anyway, next up we have our mountain climbers starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready? Mountain climbers away, folks. Push that floor away. Pull the knees up to your chest and breathe. Look at your bicep. Say, I command you to grow. Look at your other tricep. Remind it that you are in charge. Keep working. Past halfway already. After this, we're moving on to set number 3. Once you're done with this, during the minute, take time to tell a friend about this wonderful program. Get them to join with you. Like and subscribe if you're just seeing this on Twitch. and time with that exercise. Whew. We've got a minute break now. Take it, grab some coffee, and we'll be back in just a minute. And then we're done after that. Set number 3, cool down, talk a little bit, and you are good to go for the remainder of your day. Now, aerobic exercise isn't the same thing, obviously, as anaerobic. We're not looking to build muscle in this case. However, with the amount of reps that we are doing, we are building a lot of really great things, a lot of really great factors of our health. Specifically, our aerobic capacity. We're probably going to lower our blood pressure. We're probably going to decrease our pain and stiffness in different joints. There's so many different things, positive health benefits that come along with just aerobic activity. Obviously, we want a well-rounded program, but this is great for those that are trying to lose weight and feel better. Floor touches starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Touch the floor, stand up. Carry on. Go ahead and begin if you haven't already. Some people like to think about running their hands down the front of their legs, and that keeps them in good position. I don't hate that. In fact, I like that. If you want to go single leg, you absolutely may. If you're looking for an added difficulty, you absolutely may go single leg. And time with that exercise. Moving on into set number 3. Whew. Man, we are flying through this workout. It always goes so fast. Remember, save some in the tank for tomorrow, right? Be able to hold a conversation, keep some in the tank so we can come back for noon tomorrow to do the next edition of our free virtual total body exercise program. Again, no equipment at any point during this continuum, and no experience is needed to hop in at any given point. We always explain what we're looking for in each one, okay? All right, next up, we have our row fly combo, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Row, fly. If you want to go one arm at a time, we got the row, fly, fly. Just like so. Of course, another variation. Row, fly, fly. Just see from the side. Pull the elbows back. Pull the arms out to the side. 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Make sure you don't have pieces of metal in your carpet as you're trying to exercise. That's bad for your body. All right, next up, we have our D1 movement pattern. Exercise number 3, set number 3. I think the social environmental pillar that we will touch on, that we will talk about, is a very solid one, a very pertinent pillar to discuss, especially in the midst of the COVID. Oh, I said the C word. I'm sorry. In the midst of a world that has not been so kind to our health and fitness goals, right? Next up, D1 pattern, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. And again, just doing this motion isn't going to make you have super swole muscles, right? Going to failure might have something to do with it, right? But just going through this motion for 45 minutes with moderate resistance is just good to get your mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell, going in the morning. Powerhouse of the cell. Yeah, mitochondria are what oxidize fat in your body. And of course, that is responsible for being able to have more energy throughout the day if your mitochondria are more efficient. 3, 2, 1, and time. I shouldn't say more efficient. I should say more capable of producing more energy. The only animal that has mitochondria that are capable of becoming more efficient per size is actually a hummingbird. Fun fact in the day. Everybody else, you just get more mitochondria, either in terms of actual number or in terms of size. Fun fact of the day. Anyway, moving on. Next up, after that, we have our dead bugs again. Dead bugs, you can do it standing, pushing the knee and elbow forward, or lying on your back to a true dead bug. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Opposite arm, opposite leg away. Back up and alternate. Here we go. And now, I see the resemblance between what Josh was saying with the bicycles and the dead bugs that I had prescribed for standing. And that's fair. It is a little closer to a bicycle in the standing variation. That's not intentional. That's just because that's the closest that we could get while standing to this motion. There we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And beautifully done. Nice. All right, next up. We have 30 seconds before we begin our lateral squats. If you have music, I know Happy Face and I have discussed this before. Feel free to crank your own jams, get it going inside. You should be able to see me on the screen enough to know what I'm doing. Do as I do. Maybe some nice light rock and roll to take you through your day. All right. Next up, lateral squats. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Boom, boom. I think that the wider you go, the deeper you're capable of going in your squat. That said, if you can figure it out to do it a little more narrow, be my guest. I don't really like the way that forces your hips to tilt though. So especially if you have long legs, be my guest. There we go. 10 more seconds. Keep working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time with that exercise. Next up, on our way to reaching our health and fitness goals, on our way to 400 minutes of exercise per week. 400 minutes, yes. Week 50 will be over 400 minutes of exercise. Why is that important? Great question. Once you reach 400 minutes of exercise, that's the point that research shows that you should be able to lose fat mass regardless of dietary intake. Now, what that means is you're going to lose weight just from doing the program. From following CCSH and the rest around by exercising for about an hour, 6 days a week, you will lose fat mass aside from any other maybe thyroid issues or medical disorders, okay? As long as you aren't eating like an entire birthday cake a day, which we don't expect, right? That's kind of aside the point. That's an outlier. Hey, we have push-ups starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Push up and away. Go at a pace that you can maintain. I started off kind of fast, and that's all right. I got a little overzealous. It's set number 3. Give yourself a break. I'm going from the knees because I can't do 45 seconds worth of push-ups for 3 sets every single day. I could, but I know a lot of us out there, the people we're trying to target, it probably wouldn't be good because, frankly, you have a little bit more resistance to these push-ups, which is completely okay. Time with that exercise. We're almost done. We're working our way through right here. After this, go get yourself a nice protein-dense breakfast. I personally love Greek yogurt. I've got Greek yogurt in the fridge, mixing it with some chia seeds to get your fiber, some omega-3 fatty acids. Nice. Maybe throwing some fresh fruit in there, raspberries, blueberries, to get your vitamins and minerals. That's my go-to in the morning. Hey, alternating extensions. Alternating flexion extension. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Here. Here. Overhead. Behind. Right arm. Behind. Overhead. This should feel good. If it doesn't, let me know. You can do a little double forward, double back action. Whatever feels good for your body. 10 more seconds, keep working. And time with that exercise. We have mountain climbers left, and then we are done with the workout for the day. Really quick, a protein that gets you all of your essential amino acids for the day. All 20 of them are eggs. Eggs are a vegetarian's best friend. They give you all of the proteins that you need in one nice little bundle. About 7 grams of protein per day. Depending on your weight, you're going to need different numbers, different amounts of protein in terms of grams. For me, I'm a big guy. I'm about 200 pounds, looking to gain a little bit of muscle. I want over 150 grams of protein a day. So do what you will with that information regarding eggs. I eat 4 eggs for breakfast. That's just me, though. Next up, we have our mountain climbers, and then we're done. Go ahead and get in the mountain climber position on the floor, on the door, or on the couch. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Last exercise here. If there's ever a time to get the heart rate up, we designed the last exercise so that you can go hard. I know some of us out here have an itch to go absolutely all out in the last one. So this is your time. If that's you, feel free. Pump the knees. Get them going fast. Keep working. When I say go, we're going to stand up and do high knees. When I say go, we're going to stand up and do high knees. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Go. High knees. Right to it. Get them going. Get them up. Get them going fast. Keep breathing. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time with that exercise for our day. Take a second. Try and slow your breathing. Slow your heart rate. Give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe a high five to yourself. Knuckles. That's another great workout. Day 107, week 31 in the wraps. Breathe through your nose. Forces you to breathe a little bit slower and activates your parasympathetic nervous system to slow your heart rate down so long as you breathe slowly and into your belly. Literally, like so. All right. My downstairs neighbors aren't going to be happy about the high knees, smiley face. Well, I bet you they will be happy about you reaching towards your health goals. When they call you and say, hey, what the, dude? I was trying to sleep. So yeah, have you heard about this cool program called Connect Community Health Support with their free online exercise program? But we are not liable for any injuries or damages that result of that statement. Please do not hold us liable. All right, and now we'll move on to our quote of the day. Feel free to move around, stretch out what you need to, cool down accordingly, okay, as I go through the week 31 quote of the week. Quote of the week: one of the hardest decisions you'll ever face in love is choosing whether to walk away or try harder. Now, in this particular instance, I like this because I think it relates directly to what a lot of us are experiencing with health and fitness in particular. A lot of us don't even know if it's worth it. It might be overwhelming for a lot of us to know even where to start. You say, do you even want to start? Where do you start? Or do you just say, I resign, right? Is it worth it to you to go through the amount of work required to make that change. And for a lot of us, I would recommend, yes, please do. I know it's overwhelming. Where do you start? You start with CCHS. Connected Community Health Support is a great place to start. We'll make it simple for you. We'll make it as easy as possible. We'll remove the frustration and we'll help you and support you on your way, basically compounding your efforts into more success and continued success because you have a community of people that are there to support you in your goals. And now, of course, we go on to the actual tidbit. That was the quote of the week. But let's talk for a second. Let's talk for just a second. There we go. Let's talk for just a second about the social environmental pillar. Social meaning people, environment meaning the spaces, virtual and physical, that you occupy. So the social environmental pillar, this week I'd like to talk about specifically environmental. I know Jake and Adam have already discussed social relationships. So I'd like to talk about the environment. Specifically, when you're in the middle of a pandemic, the average weight gain has been 30 pounds per an American over the course of the pandemic. The effects that that's going to have on your BMI and health are pretty clear per the statistics that we throw out very often on our various blog sources. And you can probably find anywhere on our channel. Feel free to check it out, connectedchs.com. But a lot of people also need to, show themselves some grace, right? Be nice to yourself. Know that it's okay that happens. We were all doing what we needed to maintain a healthy mindset as well. But this is an option for a lot of people to help them overcome their environment. Because when your environment isn't kind to you, the best thing you can try to do is find people and new environments that are going to help you overcome the odds that you are exposed to. I hope that makes sense. So in this particular instance, what does that vague statement mean? Well, what that means is if you are in a space full of people that don't support you, try having those conversations with those people. If you are surrounded by a work environment or a home environment that has a whole bunch of stuff that's just nutritionally not great, or that doesn't predispose you to exercising regularly, try to change your environment, and that will make any effort you make so much easier in the long run. Okay? I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. As always, CCHS is here for you, to support you, to guide you through any possible environmental change. Check us out at connectedchs.com. And always feel free to reach out to us on that platform. If you ever want to reach out to me directly, maybe you want to get involved, maybe you want to set up a virtual personal training session, whatever it might be, you can check out that website right there, or reach out to me at seth.spicer@connectedchs.com. So Seth.Spicer, that's Spice with an R, at website handle down below. Okay. This video will be available with all the other videos on Facebook Live, Twitch, and our YouTube page. Feel free to check out all that, as well as our other good content, free information, and services at connectedchs.com. Thank you all so much for following along with this workout today. I hope you're proud of yourself, as you should be, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at noon when we come back for day 108 of our free virtual exercise program. Have a fantastic day.